Hello and welcome. Welcome to this 3-day strategic marketing training. We're talking about how to start and scale your coaching business. So, if you are maybe in the corporate world, you're a service provider, maybe you're a coaching or a coach or a consultant, and you are looking to start your own business, or maybe you have been in it for a little bit, things aren't going, or you're getting ready to rebrand. Today and tomorrow and the next day for 3 days, I'm going to show you how you can scale your business from the start. So, whether you're already started or you're just starting, I want to show you the right way to do it, or maybe a new way to think about it. And I'm going to bring on my slides up here in a moment and we're going to get started. So, as you're joining, go ahead and say, hey. Even if you're catching the replay, still pretend like you're watching it live and just chat with me while you're typing or while you're watching, and I will type back as soon as I can as well. All right. So we're going to get our slides up here and make sure I get it in full present mode. We need it. We need it nice and beautiful. All right. So here we go. So this is start and scale your coaching business. So coaching or consulting, that's what we're specifically talking about here today. Now, I do help people with other types of businesses as well, but here we're really talking about maybe you're teaching, maybe you're training, maybe you have a program that you would like to provide, or maybe it's just basic coaching and consulting, and that's where you're starting. So in these 3 days, we're going to create how to create a winning product, how to make it easy to sell it, and then how to scale your business. Now, I'll cover a little bit each day that'll include all of this. So don't worry, you won't miss out too much. However, I'm going to deep dive on these particular topics on each of those scheduled days. Now, before we get started, I do want to mention that I am doing a giveaway. So I have a 8-week intensive training that is getting ready to start here in November, and you can win that entire training for free. It's valued at $1,997, so almost $2,000. So you can win that training. So you want to make sure that you register on Eventbrite, join the Facebook group, share this event on Facebook, and then tag me. And of course, if you're on LinkedIn, then do it on LinkedIn. And then number 3 is going to be comment on these videos and do the homework assignments. So those homework assignments are going to be posted in the Facebook group. And so you'll need to be in the Facebook group in order to comment on those. That's all I'm going to say about that. Today, today we're talking about creating a winning product. It's Monday. It is. And so if you're catching the replay or you need to catch the replay, by all means, do that. Okay. These will be available to watch for a couple of weeks. All right, here we go. We're going to jump right in. Choosing a target market. Now, what I see a lot of coaches and consultants do is they're like, here's my service. And they start with the service and they start with this thing that they want to do. And they're making it very much about them. So, are you currently making what you're doing very much about you? And if so, then you're not really setting yourself up to scale. You are setting yourself up to stay a contractor. Okay. So by making it about you, you are closing yourself off. When you make it about them, about the target market, you are opening yourself up to solving a whole bunch of their problems. And okay. Now, there's two different ways. There's two different ways we could really go about this. And I'm going to tell you why choosing your target market is the best option. So you could say, I'm in weight loss or I'm in stress management. These are things I see a lot of coaches do. Or I'm in leadership. That's what a lot of us on LinkedIn like to teach, right? Leadership. And we're choosing this general area because we know that's what our service ties into. And it leaves us kind of going, okay, now I have to find a target market for that. And we're trying to make this, let's say, t-shirt fit other people. And so we've got this t-shirt and we're walking around and we're going, okay, now I'm going to make it fit you. Now I'm going to make it fit you. Now I'm going to make it fit you because we are so set on selling leadership. But instead, what we need to do is flip that and say, we want a really successful business. We want a really successful business because it makes us feel good, one, right? It also means that we're doing really well. Like we're making change. We're creating change in the world. We're having results. So what we want to do is create and set ourselves up for a business that's going to scale. Rather than having this niche item that we do, we want to have a niche target market that we provide to. Now, that doesn't mean that that's going to be your only target market. But when you're starting out, you need only one target market. Why? Because you need to perfect that system that you're going to work with that person, with that target market. And then once you get really good at that, then you can start adding and expanding. Because if you choose one target market, they have a lot of problems. You're not going to solve all their problems with one product. Okay. That would be really amazing, but you're just not. Even like I can teach meditation, I can teach you how to be able to solve all your own problems, but guess what? It's not going to really happen because they need everything put in buckets before they can start to see a bigger picture. I'll come back to that. Let me give you an example. So rather than saying, let me take these t-shirts and get them to fit all these people, what if we had a rack of t-shirts that only fit a certain type of people? And now we have all these different types of shirts that we can sell them. Do you see where I'm going with this? So, for example, I work with people who are in corporate America. They want to leave corporate America because they're tired of doing all these projects that are making a company millions and they want to be making themselves millions instead. Now, by doing that, I know that I'm working particularly with type A people. I know that they are going to have a lot of systems and ways of thinking, and they're going to be familiar with that territory. I also know that they're going to have certain ways of thinking and certain things that they want to leave behind versus what they're striving for. So I can speak directly to them. Now, in that, I can teach them about marketing and I can make comparisons and make stories and make analogies that are customized to them because I know what they want. Now, if you are trying to say, oh, well, now I'm going to teach this to moms, and then I could teach it to this people, and I could teach it to these people, and they're going, who are you teaching to? Is it for me? People want to feel special. People want to feel validated. And so when we create a product that's specific and customized to them, they feel validated. Just because your product can fit a whole bunch of people doesn't mean that you should in order to make your business successful. Let me give you another example. Coffee. Do you drink coffee? I drink coffee. I drink a lot of coffee. Now, there's all these different styles of coffee shops. There's all these different styles of coffee, but really, isn't coffee coffee? Well, some people would argue that. But let's say if I targeted my branding and my marketing towards Republicans. And then I targeted my marketing and branding towards Democrats. Okay. Those are two big subgroups. We understand these. That's why I'm using them. Now, what if I targeted them to Republican moms? Okay. And then what if I targeted these towards Democratic moms? Are those two groups of moms very different? Yes. Now, what if I targeted to moms who are in their 20s versus moms who are in their mid to late 30s? Going to be a difference? Yes. So we can see that the messages, the branding, the coloring, the images, the stories, the analogies, the movements that they're going to be supporting, the values behind these people are very different. And that's why if we can choose that target market, that's a market that we're comfortable with. Now, if I was to choose Republican moms in their late 30s, just as an example, and I'm going to target and sell them items, guess what? I'm going to get to know them really well. And I'm going to get to know them so well that I might create my first product. And then I realize there's 2 or 3 really other great ideas of problems that I could solve that I could create for them. What if I'm creating a product for social media marketers specifically? And I know that these people are Democrats. They are very wanting to work everywhere, which are the digital nomad. Okay. They're wanting to work from the beach. My marketing is going to be very different than if I'm talking to a mom who just wants to be able to stay at home with her children. Now, the product might be the same, nearly the same, but how I'm customizing and how I'm marketing this is going to be very different. Okay. So choose your market first. First. You need to choose a market that you want to work with. Now, not only do we want to choose a market that we want to work with, but we want to choose a market that's going to be profitable. Okay. So it's who you want to work with and it's profitable. For example, do I know that women that want to work at home and be able to stay at home with their children, they might have a husband who has another job, or they might have a partner, should I say, have a partner that also has a second income that's coming into the family. Are they going to have a little bit more extra spending in order to invest into a training? Yes, potentially. Now, is this market over here where maybe it's a social media marketer who they just quit their job? They don't really want to, they want to do everything themselves. They're very DIY and they're just flying by the seat of their pants. Is that going to be my target market? Probably not as much. For me, I would be able to speak to the moms who want to work at home a lot easier. And I would be able to cater towards that and create more products towards them. So I can say that's probably profitable. And then I would get to know them a lot better and say, what would their core objections be? I know that time and helping them with their schedule and their mindset is also going to be something that I'm going to need to work with them on. So I'm really getting to know that target market. I hope you're hearing the point. Now, another key factor, and today we're talking about creating a winning product. Creating a winning product. These are really, really important when we are choosing and creating a winning product. The second thing is going to be the mindset and strategy. Now, it's really 2 things, but this is our second category. We want to be prepared to lead the brand. And what does that mean? I just talked about target market and choosing that. You're going to have to lead a movement, lead delivering a solution to a problem. You have to think bigger than just yourself. And that's what I started with on this presentation, is saying that, like, you have to escape past thinking of yourself. If you want to stay a contractor and stay small, then you're going to keep thinking about everything from your perspective. But if you want to build a business that's much bigger than you, a business would have people working for them. A business is something that can grow. Just like a child, right? We have them, we have to take care of them, and then we want them to eventually be going to the bathroom by themselves and sleeping by themselves and then feeding themselves and going to school, and then eventually they'll become an adult who will start their own family. We want the same for our business. And so we need to be thinking about this from a bigger point of view. Your mindset is going to limit you if you do not work on it. Okay. You need your mindset to be thinking bigger. You have to be thinking bigger. And you also have to have the strategy. So when I say thinking bigger, if you have any money mindset issues, if you have any self-worth issues, you have to check those at the door or start working on them. And that's one of the things we have to address that at all times in my programs. And it's okay. It's there. We're human. I understand that, especially when you're shifting out of working hourly or salary, and then you're shifting into working for yourself and have to think more sales and commission based for yourself. It's a big mindset shift. And so I know that I have to work on that with my people just as much as I know that I have to constantly be working on my mindset as well, because my productivity will go way down if my mindset's going down as well. All right. So you have to be dedicated to your business, dedicated to success, dedicated to making something bigger. Your mindset also has to be in good shape, because you're going to be the leader. You're the leader of this movement that you're creating. It's not that you're just like, oh, I'm a person, I'm delivering them a product or a service. You can't be thinking that small. That's too small of thinking. This is, you're the CEO of whatever top company you can think of. Maybe it's the one that you're at. How would you be thinking differently? Are you going to be in it and worrying about the little daily tasks and stuff? No, you're going to be worrying about the overarching business. And so CEO mindset is something that definitely has to be embraced. Now, strategy, you need to know that the strategy that you're using is getting you to where you want to go. There's a ton of coaches and a ton of free trainings out there, and they are going to be teaching you tactics. Tactics are to get you little tiny results. Strategy is the roadmap that leads you to success. And that's why when I talk about packaging up your products, you're going to have products. You need to have products with an S. You need to have products. And when you have your target market in mind, we can start to think about lots of different products to create for them. And then we have the strategy to say, I'm creating one first as I continue to get to know my market. This is the problem I'm directly solving. And I have in mind that I'm going to be creating these additional products in the long run as well. All right. So we need to have the strategy and the mindset to go along with it. All right. So what you need a customer and you need a product. This is how we create a business. All right. Now, again, we're not trying to solve all our problems with this one product. And that's a big hang up that I see a lot of coaches. I tried to do it too. I was like, I need to teach them this and I need to teach them that and I need to teach them that. No, you don't need to teach them everything. You need to get them small wins with each product. What is a small win that you can create? And most of the time, it's because we're overthinking it and we're not thinking about all the other products down the line. Okay. Now we want to create a variety of different products. And this is something that I work with people and we're going to work on this next 8-week training that we're going to be doing. You're going to have your high ticket offer. You're going to have your medium ticket offer. And then we're going to plan out at least one small ticket offer. And these small ticket offers are where you can have a lot of different things that are then pointing them into the direction of your larger ticket offer. Now, another way that we can come about this, and it depends on each person, and there's these are just two different ways to really look at it, honestly. You're gonna have your core product, and all these other products can drive into this product. Now, there might be a little subset where again, it's these small products might drive into the medium product and then the medium product drives into the core product as well. And then the core product, once they're in it, drives them back out to want to purchase the other items. So we have this nice flow. It reminds me of like a cell in biology class. I was such a biology nerd. There's like some things can come in and they can't go out, but we want where they can come in and go back out, where they're coming in and out through this little wall. So that's what we're going to be doing. That's what we're going to be building. And we want that customer. And then we want to have a product that's going to match and mesh with that customer. We don't want a ton of different customers, as we've already talked about. And if you missed that part, go back and catch in the beginning. All right. So, what are we trying to sell them? You're creating a winning product. We want to make sure that we're doing the research, because what they are really buying is a solution, and not just a solution, but it's a solution that's either going to save them time energy, or money, and maybe all of them. If you can hit all three of those in your selling points, that's going to make it sell easy, which is what we're talking about more tomorrow. But when we're creating this product, we need to think more simple. When we think simple, we're simplifying their problem. Okay, so they have a problem. They either don't know how to solve it, they feel like it's going to take forever, they feel like it's going to take a lot of energy or also like pain and sacrifice, or they feel like it's going to take a lot of money. And so, in order to solve that problem in a way that they want to buy it from you, we're either going to simplify it, we're going to make it easier. That falls in that energy category. We're either going to save them time, right? I know all of this stuff and I can teach it to you, and I am going to save you so much time. Why? Because I've been doing this for 8 years. I've been struggling, figure out a solution, struggle, figure out another solution. And then once I kind of thought I had it all figured out, I then refigured it out all over again and then said, I think there should be an easier way to talk about this, to explain this, to teach this. So I'm taking 8 years of experience, and let's say even if it's going to take you two, you know, feet on the trail, running, pounding pavement, I'm still going to save you time. Now, the energy that happens in that, right? Like you're going to feel like you're running a marathon or by yourself, or do you want someone who's there with you and who's coaching you along the way, saying, nope, don't go down that path. That's an extra mile. Let's go down this way. It's going to save and shave a lot of time and energy off. I'm going to say, don't do that. I've tried that before. Like, let's do it this way. Trust me. And in that, I'm definitely going to save you a lot of money. And this is all an example because I've spent thousands of dollars going to school, thousands of dollars probably just on books alone, not to mention the time and the energy on studying, but also the time and energy that you could be wasting on other coaches that are going to teach you tactics and I'll be teaching you that strategy as well. And then I'm truly devoted to you. So I make sure that you are getting your money's worth. That's just something that I throw in as an extra. All right. So tomorrow we're talking about how to make it easy to sell. Now, this one tomorrow is a little bit more about the marketing aspect. Okay. So the marketing aspect, meaning how do we set it up on social media to make it easy to sell? And again, today on day one, we're talking about creating a winning product. And as I was saying, like we want to make sure that it's solving the problems of time, energy, and money, that it's simple, that you're not trying to solve all of their problems. And then we're also starting and making sure that we really, really, truly understand what group, what target market that we're wanting to work with. It's less about your product and more about the target market today. And then the product is going to be a problem that you can solve for them, such as maybe you're wanting to do stress management. Stress management around what? You could create 3 different courses just off stress management. You could stress management around money, stress management around weight. What area? You have got to get specific. And again, if you want to talk about like teaching them they're enough or teaching them how to set boundaries, any of these things, what specific aspect in life are you going to teach it on? And that might give you 3 different courses that you can teach right then and there. And whichever one they choose, they're going to get a ton of value out of. But we have to talk about what that end result is and get really specific to draw it out so they feel really confident to hand you their money. All right. So that leads to day 2, making it easy to sell. Now, what's this 8-week program, this 8-week training that I'm providing? Well, we're going to be talking about how to increase the perceived value of your offers. We're also going to be talking about, as I mentioned, that small, medium, and large offer. We want to create urgency, create stackable products or stair step products, variations of one service, how to work backward from your high ticket and core offer into creating a message for your market, understanding your sales funnel, an intro to understanding your target audience and how to craft that social media content towards them. Of course, that's a further endeavor, but I want to give you enough knowledge that you feel a little dangerous, a little empowered. And then how to price your services, how to design your packages to help you scale. And then this is only going to be available for 12 people. So if you are interested in that, you can sign up here. If you are wanting to take the chance at entering to win, make sure that you see the details on how to enter to win this full training. It's going to be delivered on Tuesdays at 8:30 p.m. However, it's also going to be recorded. Now, with this, if you pay for it, you're going to get some one-on-one sessions along with it. If you win, you're just coming into the course itself, which is live. And you'll be getting feedback within the course itself, but you won't get those one-on-one sessions that go with it. So that's just the little disclaimer that comes with that. All right. So thank you so much for joining in this training. I hope you found it valuable. I hope you can let me know what some of the key takeaways are so that I can really help craft this and make sure I hit all the points for you tomorrow as well. So let's see, we've got, hi, lovely. There's a Crystal Lore. Hey. And then we've got Liliana. Thank you. How dialed in do they need to be? Do you need to mention some really specific qualities? When we're getting to know our target audience, we really do. The more specific you can get, and if anyone has any questions, go ahead and type those in. I'll start answering questions now. The more specific we can get, and I'm going to give you an example, the more they'll be like, oh, emotional buy, like they really understand me. And if they really understand me, they must be able to solve my problem. For example, how many of us hit our snooze button in the morning because we're just dreading? There's no excitement. There's no fluff. There's no like purpose in the day. It feels like this Groundhog Day just repeating. And so we hit the snooze button because what we really feel we need is just more sleep. We need more sleep because we just feel deprived. We feel like there's no way to catch up. And honestly, that's probably the best part of our day is just that, oh, that rest, because we're dreading it. What if I could help you get off that hamster wheel? What if I could help you want to wake up in the morning with excitement, like the first day of school when you're getting up and you've got your backpack packed with all the new pens and papers and notepads, and you're just like, yes, everything feels fresh and new and exciting. What if I could help you achieve that feeling again? Right? And so for me to be able to craft that, I really had to know that most of my target audience talks about how they want to wake up in the morning feeling freedom and excitement. What if the wealth and happiness and the freedom is just on the other side of you creating the product that you really want? What if there's a product out there, maybe you've craved for it before? Maybe you were sitting at home one day just praying that someone could solve your problem, and no one did. So you had to go take all these trainings, and you had to do all this self-work by yourself. And now you have this passion, you want to share it with other people. And what if people were buying it and they were praising you? And what if work was easy because you're getting to teach and do what you love? Right? That sounds pretty awesome. But I know these things because I've talked to you, because I've done the research. Now, I will tell you there's a lot of coaches out there that are telling you you're going to make 30,000 next month and you only have to work 10 hours a week, maybe 20 hours a week. Well, what they're not telling you, because you get honesty with me, If you're going to work 20 hours a week, it has to be laser focused work. It has to be your week is planned out. You know exactly what you're doing during those 20 hours. You are not lollygagging. Okay. You are doing it and you're doing it clean and you have other people that can do the things that you don't have to do. If that's where you want to get to, then I can help you with that. But is it going to be easy? No, I'm not going to tell you that it's going to be easy. Will it get easier? Yes. Will it be more fun than what you're probably already doing? Yes. Are you going to have some of the biggest self-development that you've ever had in your life in this process? Yes, because a lot of mental blocks, a lot of other things are going to show up. Your business will be an amazing reflection of all the inner work that you have to do. All the money issues that you didn't even know you had are going to come up. All the fears of getting online and talking about your passion, those are going to come up. But once you get over them, it's beautiful and it's fun. And you might have a lot of work to do for the day, but it's like fun work to do. That's what I want to help you get to. And yes, after a while, do people get to the point where their business, they can pretty much just have other people run it? Yes. But a lot of people fear even getting to that point because they don't want to hand it over. And that's some inner work that has to happen as well, because you want to get to the point where you could easily go on vacation for 3 weeks and just kind of casually check in with your business, or get to the point where you could sell your business. Who wouldn't want to build an amazing business? No one's going to steal what's in your mind, but you have the amazing business set up and someone wants to buy it for a couple million or maybe even $1 billion because it's so set up so beautifully. They just want to buy the brand that you've created. So again, I want to help you do this in the beginning so that you're not like, "Oh, I have a business and it's just me and it's not even anything I could let my children inherit. It's nothing that I can hand over to anyone because it's all me. I'm just a contractor going, oh, trying to handle everything." Like no one wants to do that. Okay, so Liliana says, worry that it's too limiting. That's always my concern. So when you're creating a product, you want to fit it in a box. You want to be able to package it up. The one product is not trying to solve all their problems. It's trying to take them from point A to point, let's say, C. All right. We're trying to create a product. If you're trying to create a product that covers A to Z, it's going to feel limiting what you're trying to do, and then you're never going to get it done. You have to create a product that takes them from step A to C, and then you create another product that goes from C to H, and you can break this down into several things. So, for example, my program, the Million Make Your Business Blueprint, includes all these other sub programs. I've divided it out so that someone can sign up for what I call it MMBB, Million Make Your Business Blueprint. You can sign up for MMBB, but you could also sign up for package up your products. You can also sign up for messaging, marketing messaging. You can also sign up for posting with purpose. Okay. So that as I have this overarching idea when I was first creating it for Million Maker Business Blueprint, to try to craft all of it at one time was overwhelming and it wouldn't have worked. I had to say, here's all the components, all the stair steps. Now, how can I package up each one of those stair steps? And how can I then make that amazing? So that if someone doesn't want to sign up for the whole program, they can sign up for just one. That also allows me to stay focused and get amazing results, incremental results. And then, too, if someone wants to work a little slower, because some people do, some people, we all work at different paces. Maybe someone can't keep up with the full regimen of a program. Guess what? It's going to cycle around. So they can keep working on this and then they can come back and they can get the second piece. And they can also be picked up interchangeably as well. All right. I hope this makes sense. I try to make the complex simple. That's one of my big goals. All right. So join me tomorrow for day 2. And again, if you want to enter to win the 8-week training that's coming up, make sure that you register on Eventbrite. You're in the Facebook group, and then I'm going to be posting the homework. So what's the homework? It's going to be posted. You're very welcome, Liliana. So we're wanting to first identify the target audience that we want to work with. It's okay if it's not the audience you're currently working with. But I want you to really think about who is it that you want to work with that also is going to have money to spend. Okay, so that's the other thing. Do they have money to spend? Now, I see a lot of coaches, right? We all have big hearts. I have a big heart. I want to help people. I'm helping people through these free trainings. And my hope is that if you're not at the stage where you're ready to invest and work with me, then you can participate in these free trainings. But I am not going to be selling my products to people that I know that can't afford them. For example, if you are, let's say, if I was selling to, and not picking on anyone, let's say 18-year-olds who are working minimum wage job and they're wanting to escape and they're broke, I wouldn't be doing these trainings for them because as a business owner, that wouldn't be a good investment of my time. Now, could I later, if I wanted to, start a nonprofit version of my business where I do work with them, maybe high schoolers or something? I could do that later. But as a business, it is your job to make a profit. And then if you're making it an overwhelming amount of profit, then you can go and do the extra stuff. Okay. And you can donate or volunteer if you want to do that. But the 80% of your business needs to be focused on profits and profit building and growing your business, not just your own personal income, but growing your business. And I will give you a little tip. I say this in a lot of my trainings. Whatever it is that you want to make personally, double that. That's what your business needs to be making. Okay. Because your first year, and some other coaches will tell you, don't even take home any your first year. That's not practical. I say 50% of what you're making in your business goes to your salary for the first year or 2. 50% goes back into the business. So that's what I'm saying. You need to be thinking bigger. This is beyond you. This is bigger. Okay. All right. I will see you tomorrow on day 2. Bye, everyone.